I'll explain clear and concise how to diagnose and fix a P0118 and a P2158 error code.
I'll explain why these two error codes are very similar.
Both codes deal with the engine coolant temperature sensor, or the ECT sensor. If you get the error code P0118, that would be sensor 1. And if you get the P2185, that is sensor 2.
We've got a check engine light on this Honda Pilot.
We'll scan the code. The temperature gauge is also very intermittent.
We'll plug into the computer and we'll run a scan. We've got one pending fault. This would be the P0118.
One of the biggest challenges is knowing which sensor is which. If we look at a diagram, this is sensor 1. Sensor 2 is further back there. You can put the camera a little closer and see where that one is. The code suggests that sensor 1 is the problem. We'll remove the plug. Here we can see 2 pins on the back of the sensor. We'll hook an ohm meter up to the sensor. 0.2 ohms. We'll check the ohms of a brand new sensor. The new sensor reads quite differently at 1.6 K ohms. Without installing this, I'll clip it on and see if the error code goes away. We'll clip it into place. I'll lay it on the manifold in some grease so we can conduct a little bit of heat. I'll erase the code and see if the code comes back. With the old sensor, it comes right back, so we'll start the car. This time the code does not return. The gauge does not show because it's not hot enough. If we drove it around, it would start to go up, but we'll try another method to get the temperature up.
We'll boil some water.
The water's got to be boiling hot, not just warm. Place the sensor in hot water. Now we can see the gauge is working. At this point, we're confident that we've got the right problem. There could be a problem in the wires, the plug, or the sensor. With a 17mm wrench, we'll remove the sensor. We'll spin out the old one, and we will lose a little coolant.
Make sure the sensors are identical, and they are.
Screw in the new sensor. We'll snug up the new sensor, snap the sensor wire back into place. I didn't lose much coolant, but I'm going to make sure I've got enough in the reservoir. If I lost a lot, I would belch out the air.
We'll turn on the car and run it for a while.
The big giveaway on this one were the difference between the ohms on the old one and the new one. We've been running this one for a while, and the problem's fixed.